With Shake and Bacon. What's everybody getting themselves into on this Saturday? We just right here at work chilling on break. Trying to see what everybody's getting themselves into. What's the word on the curve? You know, what's the talk of the town? What's good, my boy? What you getting yourself into? Yeah, it did. It was raining for a bit, Simon. Earlier, it was kind of raining like pretty hard. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit. Fresh fade. That's right, my boy. Would you rather see a tree grow or a Negro? Would I rather see a tree grow or a Negro? Oh, I get it. Huh? But just like... Oh, that's right, a fresh fade. That's right, homie. Ready for that Saturday night life? I was just chilling, bro. I was watching some funny ass fucking videos on the internet that actually makes me scared of the internet. It actually makes me not want to be on the internet, right? I was watching this these fake martial art people, right? Who could like knock out people with just like their power, right? I mean, but that part doesn't surprise me, right? That people actually, you know, go out there to try to bullshit that this shit, right? They exist or whatever. That doesn't surprise me because I know there's people like that, right? What surprises me is how many fucking people believe these individuals. That's actually the alarming part, bro, that I'm just like, how the fuck is it that you guys believe what this individual's saying? That is fucking crazy. Like Steven Seagal or fucking Hulk Hogan, for that matter. Yeah. It's fucking crazy, bro. Makes me want to be like, damn, bro, this sad world we live in, right? How many people believe this shit? You at work break time, Simon? I'm on my lawn shit. I made a do say Negro in public, bro. Well, Negro is not a bad thing to say, right? Is the other thing that's bad to say, right? Because Negro is actually how you pronounce it in some countries, right? And you know what the dumb part about it is, right? Is that the word in itself, right, is not even an actual word, right, but a pronunciation, right, of a word that people just grabbed and ran with, right? Because it was the term that the Spaniards used to call the blacks, right? Because that's how you say, you know, black, right? But when the Americans couldn't really say how they say it, right, they ended up saying it the way that they say it, right? And that was what the term was, right? But then as time going, people started using it as a way to insult people, right? Like you wouldn't have won if you guys weren't whatever supporters, you know. So the term in itself became like something that's like weak and that you should be ashamed to be associated with or called, right? And that's where that term now started to get its roots in what it's known as today, right? So a word that is used to dehumanize somebody, right? So that's interesting right there, right? I don't know if people were aware of that. I don't know. I find that interesting. What are your thoughts about 9/11? My thoughts on 9/11 is that the United States definitely dropped the ball because they were aware of these people's activities. They were aware of the possibility that this was going to occur. They not only were they aware, they fucking trained and financed, you know, the group that was behind this, right? Obviously, they didn't know that this was going to happen, right? But they did train. See, that's America does that a lot, right? America has this thing where it doesn't like how a country is going, right? It doesn't like what the country's becoming, right? So then a person that's, you know, going to take power, they don't like that person that they're going to elect, right? So what they do is that they, you know, find these militia groups, right? These anti-political whatever from those countries, right? And then they now give them weaponry, finance their push to get these people out of there, right? It's called a coup, right? It's when you pretty much plot to take out the person that's in charge, right? So then they give these fools weaponry, they finance the group, right? And then they do what they do, right? So now the United States is happy. And then now the group says, nah, homie, we were just, playing your fools too. It's fuck you too. And now, you know what I mean? But that would have never have happened if you fucking didn't stick your nose where it doesn't belong, bro. But since y'all motherfuckers want to run shit how you think you should run it, this all happened, right? Because it's not just with 9/11, but so many other incidents, right? And not just with that country, right? But so many other countries, right? Especially the Central America ones. America is known for so many coups, bro. And this is all public record. These are all facts. It's not made up stories. It's not conspiracy. This is all facts, bro, that can easily be researched. I mean, at one point, bro, the United States was planning to bomb, what was it, Miami? I think it was Miami. It was planning on bombing one of these states, right? And saying that it was the Colombians that did it, right? The Cubans, whatever. Was it Colombians or Cubans? I can't remember which one it was, right? It was one of those, right? But they were going to blame them, right? They were going to tell the people that these people are the ones that attacked, right? They were going to, hire actors and shit like that, right? That way the people could approve the war against them, right? Approve them going to war with them, right? Because obviously you need the people's approval. So that was going to be their way to like, hey, look, these fools attacked us, so now we got to go to war. It's not the first time and people can't say that's not going to work. It worked with the Mexican-American war, bro, so it works. Because that's what they did with Mexico too, right? They went and antagonized them, right? Knowing the outcome, right? And then now everyone was like, yeah, fuck these Mexicans. And right now that American lives were lost, it justified, people's A-OK in the wars. Bro, we can really dive into all of these shits that the United States has done, bro, but it would be like I'll be here all day, bro. All week, actually. And we have done this to so many different countries, bro. That's why a lot of countries have a problem with us when people are like, why does everyone hate on the United States so much? Oh, bro, let me tell you. There's a lot of reasons. Where should I start? Which country do you want to know first? Because, man, bro, there's a lot. Right? Because, these fools just they were trying to play everybody, bro. They were antagonizing. They were instigating. They were just, they were being the puppet masters, bro. Yeah, but, 9/11 definitely backfired on the United States. That's for sure. Because that's not a conspiracy. The records have been unsealed, right? So they're public record now. Public, anybody could go and look it up, bro. The CIA files, right? I had a friend yesterday who was on having a mental disability. He denies he has autism, and me and my friend told him whether he has it or not different. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, it isn't, bro. There's a lot of people who have, Asperger's syndrome and a few others, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, as a matter of fact, those are some of the most intelligent people, in this planet, bro. Some of the most smartest and brightest minds have been autistic, like Tesla, like Albert Einstein, for example, right? Those are two examples right there of people who were fucking geniuses, bro, but had autism. They were autistic, bro. Both of them were. You know what I mean? And people can't say those are lies because people could go look that shit up, bro. These individuals had autism, bro. So when people be like, no, autism is retarded and stuff like that, you're retarded for saying that because you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But then again, I blame TV shows, right? And, misinformation for spreading fucking, those kind of stupid lies, right? Like people that actually think that they're smart and think that they know what they're talking about but have no fucking clue, right? But somehow feel like, that they're the chingon ones in the room, like, oh, these fucking nerds. Like, you're the one that looks like a fucking idiot, right? Not even knowing what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, the only one that looks like a goofball is you, my guy. Because being uneducated is nothing to be proud about. Because I guarantee you, these people could run laps around you when it comes to information. You know, maybe not in social skills, right? Like as in, you know, like conversation with people, or, you know, having like a vast group of friends and stuff like that, right? That, okay, you have the upper hand, but when we're talking about just overall information, knowledge, you know, being smart, these fools will fucking smoke you, bro. Yeah, you think you better somehow. You work in Vernon? No, I actually work in Boyle Heights. Borderline Vernon, Boyle Heights. Because Vernon is just like the next street over. But it's Boyle Heights. The east side of Los Angeles. Are you illegal? What? Am I illegal? What do you mean? You mean if I have papers? Yes, I was born here. My family was born here too. Well, my parents were born here too. My grandparents are from Mexico. But my mom and dad were born here. And I was born here. My friend struggles with his pornographic addiction. He would also tell me he has an urge to give in. He wants to stop it, but he should seek therapy, bro. You know what I mean? I definitely recommend therapy, especially for something like that, right? Because something like that, you know, without, you know, seeking, you know, therapy, bro, it could lead to, you know, some bad behaviors, right? Peeping toms, stalkers, you know, even, you know, some more extreme stuff than that, right? If it doesn't get under control, right? It's because they don't know how to deal with the sexuality feeling that they're feeling, right? It's kind of like you see it in animals too, right? And I know people get offended when I make those, you know, similarities, but we are like creatures, bro. We are creatures, right? That's the reason why they test everything on animals before they give it to you, bro. You know, we're similar to animals, bro. You know, just like they nurture for their young. The same, bro. It's like the same shit, right? Except obviously we have the brain capacity to keep learning and evolving and stuff like that, right? But you see it like when they reach, you know, excuse me, when they reach sexual maturity, right? And when we're talking about any, you know, creature out there, right? They become sexually frustrated, and you know, that's when you start seeing them like starting to hump everything, right? It's kind of like similar to something like that, right? And if they have no one to talk to, right, and you know, this goes without getting unchecked, right, and it actually, you know, starts to get worse, right, it could lead individuals to start doing, you know, bad shit, right, like trying to kidnap somebody or rape somebody, or, you know, peeping, you know, and stuff like that, right? Devious behaviors, pues. You know, turn into Mr. McMahon. And bro, like I said, and that's nothing to be ashamed about. You know, everyone has issues in this world, bro. You know, and everyone needs help with something, right? You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that, right? Like nobody's perfect, and like I said, we all have our problems, right, and our obstacles. So you know, it doesn't hurt to, you know, ask for, you know, help. From they running their mouth straight, barbecue sauce coming out. They you cooking illegal immigrants talk your shit. I'm cooking illegal immigrants? With barbecue sauce? You're not wrong. Matrix trying to hurt us. It's been brainwashing for decades. Yeah. Well, I don't know about all that, right? But there's a lot of bad behaviors, though. You know, people could view it as Matrix, Illuminati, aliens, Scientology, whatever version they want to, you know, see it as, right? This is just all just human behavior, right? It's just you have a lot of bad behaviors out there that people think that because there's so many similarities out there that it must all be connected, when in all reality, this is just human behavior and human interaction, right? Now, why it's just being seen in a more of an alarming rate, I guess you could say, is just because now we have social media, bro. So now we can see all the stuff that happens out there throughout all over the world, right? That people think that, holy shit, the world is getting worse. No, the world's not getting worse. It's just that now you're able to see the world. The world has always been like this, right? Now you're just able to see it, though. Before you weren't. That's why you didn't think that the world was so bad before. But now you're actually able to see the world for what it is. It ain't pretty, but it ain't ugly either, right? It just depends on how you view life, right? Your perspective on life, right? While you may think that the world's going to shit and it's the darkest of times, there's people out there that think that the world is A-okay and lovely and they love their life and have no problem with it, right? It just depends on people's perspective of how they view life. Right? Because if you're constantly feeding yourself negativity, constantly have negativity people around you, and all you do is just feed yourself negativity videos and negativity content, then of course your views on life and experience in life is gonna be negative, bro. Because as many bad videos are out there as many good videos are out there, right? But if you just constantly, pay attention to one and not the other, of course you're gonna think that the world is full of this, right? Especially how technology works. Technology works to get to understand its owner, right? Like the content that you like to watch, the content you're always researching. So it starts to remember the content that you're always looking. So now it starts to recommend videos that you normally would like to watch or always looking up. It'll start recommending that. So if you're always researching negativity and bullshit and all that, then it's going to keep recommending negativity and bullshit to you, right? That you're going to think that's all that's out there, just negativity and bullshit. No, well, that's how your algorithms build, because that's all you research, my guy. I guarantee you start looking at some positive shit and everything, your algorithm will start now recommending positive shit to you. But the thing is that people trap themselves in their own bubble. They like to grab what they're experiencing in their life and like to apply it to the planet, bro. Like, oh, this is happening, when it's like, maybe it's happening in your life and what you have going around, right? But that doesn't mean that it applies for the whole world or for everybody, right? The world does not revolve around you. Do you believe that the USA has the and they're for the people? No, they're not here for the people. No, they're here for their jobs and their wallets. Nothing more, nothing less. They tell lies and bullshit because they want to keep their jobs, right? And of course, they're gonna, use their seat of power to, benefit themselves and their class, which is not the class that we're in, obviously, right? It's the reality of it. That's why I think it's funny when Republicans or Democrats are trying to convince me, that one party's right and one party's wrong, when y'all both the same, though. And the fact that you're spending your time dissing the other party, right, and spending all your time trying to talk shit about the other party instead of, working on telling us your plan and what you have actually, said, in case, or why we should vote for you. You spend all your fucking time just talking shit about the other party that it's like we never get to hear none of the plans, bro. All we ever get to hear is like how the Republicans are lying, or how the Democrats are lying, or how fucking Trump is this and that, or how Biden is this and that. Like, yeah, but when are we actually going to get to the issues and actually the plans and bills and all that, bro? Like, because all I ever hear is just one side talking shit about the other. Always, bro, that it's just like, stop trying to convince me, bro. Fuck both of you guys. Like, you guys ain't fooling nobody, bro. You guys are full of shit. I'm just chilling at home again right now. Didn't feel like going out. Oh, no, yeah, even the weather, bro. The weather's not all that great today. Yeah, it was raining pretty hardcore earlier. That's right, bro. You already know, carnal. You need a hug. Why? I actually am happy. Like, I get passionate about like certain conversations, right? But I'm not like angry at the world and stuff like that, right? It's just that ignorance bothers me. I do have a temper though. I'm not gonna lie, right? And when something irritates me, bro, it's like it chips away. What up, Shadow? What's good, Derek? What's cracking, lacking? I used to work at the 99 cent store warehouse. Orale, that's right, my boy. Yeah, I had a camarada who used to work right there, right? And he was telling me that you know to head over there, right? And I actually thought of it, you know, for a cool second, right? But then the homie ended up getting fired, so I was like, all right. But he said that it was not that bad, homie. They had 3 shifts, right? You had the morning shift, the afternoon shift, and then you had the graveyard shift, right? And I don't know, sounded pretty good. They said like 19 an hour or some shit like that. What are your thoughts on how the Spaniard Mexico destroyed the Aztec Empire? But you know what, though? The Spaniards shouldn't be given that much praise for what they did in the New World, right? Because the Spaniards didn't do it by themselves, right? Like you had different tribes that were how could I say, they were beefing it with each other, right? Like they were at war with each other, right? So because everybody was trying to, how could I say, everybody was trying to be the top dog, right? They were trying to be the ones. They were trying to be the alphas, right? They were helping the Spaniards, you know, fuck over all these individuals, right? Hoping that, you know, they had an understanding, an agreement that if they helped them, you know, that, you know, they could go 50-50 or however the fuck they fix themselves, right? So with the help of these individuals, right, plotting against their enemies, right? You know, that they were able to do as much damage as they were able to do, right? And tricking these individuals and even opening the doors and allowing these people in, right? Because you had all these individuals that were plotting against their own, technically, right? Because it's their own people, right? They just belong to different tribes, right? But they were all the same, right? But since they each wanted to be the top kings and dogs and all that, right? On how the Aztec Empire was structured, right? It was structured with families, right? In these different cities, right? And they each seen themselves as like the alphas, right? Like the top dogs, right? So when they would have to pay, you know, like they had to pay a fee, right? You know, they would see like, well, why do you get more and why do we get less? And so this became an issue. Greed became an issue between all these individuals, right? That it allowed the Spaniards to, you know, do what they did as swift and easy that they were able to do it. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but they were able to do it as, you know, how they did it, right? Because if all these individuals would have united instead of, you know, fucking fighting each other, then they potentially had a chance to, you know, stop these individuals and not allow this from occurring, right? But because their fucking egos inflated and their greed and they wanted to be more and more and get the more, that they ended up getting fucked over at the end, right? Because these individuals, not just Columbus, right, but, you know, his goons, right? Like Fernandez and Gonzalez and I forgot the name of the other one, right? But they knew how to use manipulation in their favor, right? They were aware of manipulation, right? How to trick individuals and all that, right? So they were gonna, you know, dick over, you know, all these individuals at the end, regardless, you know, because they were like, fuck sharing, we trying to take it all. Deport illegals. Look, I'll tell you what, deport all the illegals, right? You can deport all the illegals. You can get rid of all the gangs. I'll tell you one thing. None of these problems are going to be fixed. And America is still going to have the problems that it has right now. I guarantee you. Right? Just give that some thought. What up, bro? Hope you're doing all right. Hey, likewise, my boy. Iceland? Whoa, shout out to Iceland and all the ice out there. Just in this news. Yeah. What up, my G? What did I miss? Oh, damn. Where the Serio, huh? Boyle Heights is one of them parts of East Los Angeles. Besides East LA, one of them. Yeah, like my job or where I'm at right now, right, is close to the scene in Blood and Blood Out where Miklo's eating the tamal from the Cinco Puntos. Is close to there, and the iconic bridge in the movie Colors, right? When they're driving, the cops are driving down the scene, right? And then they see the gang members posted. They, have you guys seen any gang members? Like, nah, we ain't seen no gang members. That bridge, yeah, like around that area. Hello from Philly. Shout out to Philly. Much love to Philly. Southgate is a part of South LA too. Yeah, but yeah, Southgate is more. How can I say? It's not as congested as here, and a little bit less chaotic, but just not by that much, but a little bit less. And I'm assuming that probably has to do because it's not as congested as here, right? Like here, you have more apartments, right? I mean, over there you have a shitload of apartments, but here is like there's a lot of projects, bro, and a lot of apartments. There's a lot of poverty around this bitch. It's an old community, you know. Kid Frost called into Blue Devils podcast and said Tony A was never a legend in Chicano rap. Did he? Damn, I didn't even scope that out, bro. I didn't even know about that. Damn, he called into Blue Devil. I'm actually quite surprised. Kid Frost is kind of a, he really don't like to. I mean, he really thinks he's up there, right? So I'm surprised he actually reached out to a podcaster, right? Who's not a his level, as he likes to consider himself. That's crazy though. Because you know what? I knew who Tony A was before, right? But then again, I'm a music junkie, so I would read who made the beats and who, what I mean. So I would feed myself this information. So I remember Tony A's name and stuff like that, right? And the productions and shit like that, right? So I was aware of Tony A, right? Maybe not to the length that he probably makes it seem he is, right? But then again, I can't say that I actually heard him say that. I never heard him say that, but maybe he did. Maybe he has, right? But I just haven't heard it, right? Like, I don't know if he ever said that he played a big factor, right? Like, I don't, right? I mean, even though we have our differences, we don't see eye to eye. I'm not gonna, lie on somebody or make up shit on them, right? Like, so I never heard him say that, right? But maybe he has, right? I think it's sad that the ancient city that wasn't known, Mexico. Yeah, and it was beautiful too. I am in Vegas taking a little vacation. That's right, my boy. That's right, enjoying yourself out there, homie, trying to get that Skrilla Illa. Yeah. Gotta hit them casinos. Shout out from Louisville. That's right. Shout out to Louisville. You're the only life really enjoy. Keep it up. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate that. Yeah, gotta hit them casinos, my boy. Gotta hit the strip. I used to go to Vegas a lot before. We had family out there. That's why. So we used to hit over there like quite a lot, bro. After a while, it lost its how can I say? It lost the nostalgia, behind it, right? Because like we would go there so much that it was kind of like, In the beginning, we're like, hell yeah, but then after a while, it's kind of becomes like anywhere else, right? Shout out to White Rag, the homie Saddam Hussein up in the building, BK all day, as he said the last time. Homie was really putting in work. That fool was dropping bombs. Shit was getting hectic, bro. Was putting in nonstop. You know, he was earning them stripes. You know, he was like, these gang members and these beach ass weapons. Like, fuck the 9mm. I could have a fucking rocket launcher, blow shit up really fast. Like, that's right, my guy. Fuck that. Imagine rolling up to that fool, bro, whipping out like your little 38s and shit like that. That fool's taking out fucking cannons. Like, oh, no. Tanks? Like, oh, no, we ain't trying to do all that. Like, dog, you know what, dog? You know what? We ain't even down with the USA like that. Blue Devils be saying Chicano rap is full of crybabies. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's full of crybabies, right? But raza in general, us as raza, we're prideful motherfuckers, dog. We're very prideful, right? And we're raised to be machistas, right? We have this macho shit to us, right? So if we feel like if we're being disrespected, right, or being, you know, shorted out on something, or, you know, being played, pues, homies are gonna voice their opinions, right? Because we're raised to be like that, right? So that's why you have more individuals, I guess, beefing it with each other or clashing with each other, right? Because everybody's, you know, that's what happens when you have too many machistas in one place, bro. You're gonna get desmadre, bro. That's why it's not good to raise your kids like that, to think like that, right? But that's the Mexican way, though. You know? You know, it's that tough love, I guess, you know? And that's why, you know, while the brothers have more of a unity thing behind them, right? Because, you know, the mistreatment of their people, right? That they're able to all band together and have this, you know, prideful sense to them, right? While the raza's more like, if it doesn't concern you, don't get involved, right? Like, mind your own business, right? Compared to the brothers, if they see one of their own, they're gonna, you know, vouch for their brother, right? But here you're pretty much told to, like, if it doesn't concern you, don't even get involved, don't even get in the mix, right? Like, tú no te preocupes. Like, don't worry about it, right? Even when it's your own raza, right? They pretty much tell you, like, you just worry about yourself, right? And that's within our culture, even in Mexico, right? You know, everybody, you know, doesn't see nothing and just minds their own business, even though their own is being kidnapped and, you know, and all this shit, right? But we're raised to be like that, to worry about ourselves and not worry about our next, you know, fellow raza member. You know, it's kind of fucked up. It's Spanish, right? That's the way it is, right? That's why you don't see, like, too many raza get together and make protests and everything like that, because you're kind of told to, like, to don't make shit a big deal and just to worry about your own, right? So that's why you don't see, like, these, you know, bands and marches and everything like that, right? I mean, you do have them, right? As of recently times, right? But it's not a big movement, like, you know, like when other groups do it, right? And not only that, but this is not our country, right? So a lot of people don't have papers, and then they get arrested, they get deported. So, you know, they can't be out there protesting either way, right? You know, when people were like, where were you guys in the civil rights movement and everything? How come y'all weren't marched? Well, you have to keep in mind that a lot of these people were illegal immigrants, meaning you guys would get arrested. Guess what? You would be let out of jail, and it's fine and dandy. If these people got arrested, they would get deported back to, you know, Mexico, bro. Their family's over here, now they're over there, and now they're fucked, right? So that's why they, you know, weren't out there. Wasn't that they didn't care, they didn't want to support. It was that they couldn't support. Right? Because they would lose everything, bro. Because see, y'all gonna get let out of jail and, you know, back to your homes. These motherfuckers are gonna get deported. It's not the same. You know, that's one of the things that Tariq Nasheed likes to always bring up, but yet he doesn't talk about that. Like, well, yeah, the reason why the Mexicans weren't out there, you know, is not that they didn't care. It's just that they couldn't protest. You guys could protest. This is your country. They couldn't. They were gonna get deported, bro. Y'all didn't have to worry about that. They did. Right? They were fearful. Because, see, you guys had the luxury of If you did get arrested, they would just let you out, or you would do your jail time and then come out. Either way, you were still going to come out to here. They were not. They were going to get shipped back. They were going to get deported. And they don't have it's not like fucking money grows out of their ass, especially in Mexico, that they would be able to obtain the money to be able to get themselves back over here, bro. Some people save up their whole entire life to be able to even try to make it over here, bro. They don't have money like that to try to keep making the trip over and over and over again, bro. People don't have that luxury over there. So people will be like, well, they got over here once already, they could have done it again. Like, that they were saving up their whole fucking lives, hard-working money for that? Bro, probably even came up a little bit short, but the coyote was like, fuck it, close enough. Y'all motherfuckers really think that it's like America, huh? Like, these people have the luxury of all this and that. This is a different country we're talking about, bro. It's not like right here. They don't have the fucking means like you guys do. But Tariq Nasheed fails to ever, grab any of those, factors and play them in, right? Because he has a narrative to spin, right? Come on now. But, when you're, preaching something so important as this, I find it very weird, you being as knowledgeable as you are, that you leave out crucial information, right? Because the only reason why people do that is to spin a narrative. But yet you want to claim you're not spinning no narrative. I know you're aware of this information because it's intertwined with the information that you're speaking, but you're choosing to leave it out because you're looking to spin it a certain way, bro. And you can't say that that's a fucking lie because there's no other explanation for it, right? Like, you didn't get this information without not knowing this information, bro. That's how I know what you're leaving out. That's why when I heard him, I'm like, yeah, this was full of shit. But obviously, his supporters are not going to, bother to take the time to actually research that or have the knowledge to know that, right? Because when you're looking to, spill out, hatred, you're only infueling a group of individuals who have a lot of anger in them, right? And individuals that have a lot of anger don't care for knowledge and shit like that. They just care to relieve themselves of their stress. So therefore, if what you're saying is relieving them of their stress, yeah, they're believing it. Plain and simple. It's quite sad, actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, my break's already over. We got to get back to it. We out.